In the small town of Willow Creek, nestled among rolling hills and whispering pines, lived a girl named Elara Voss. At 16, Elara was unremarkable to most, a quiet high school sophomore with mousy brown hair, worn sneakers, and a habit of sketching constellations in her notebook. But beneath her shy exterior burned a dream as bright as the stars she loved, to become an astrophysicist and unlock the universe's secrets. Her father, a mechanic with grease-stained hands, called her his shining star, a nickname born from her obsession with the night sky. Her mother had died when Elara was 6, leaving behind a telescope and a journal filled with stargazing notes, fueling Elara's passion. Willow Creek was no place for big dreams. The town's economy leaned on a struggling textile mill, and most kids Elara's age planned to stay, work, and raise families. Her classmates mocked her starry-eyed ambitions, calling her space case. Her only ally was Mr. Hargrove, her science teacher, a gruff man who saw her potential. "The universe rewards those who look up," he'd say, slipping her articles about black holes and supernovas. Elara's life changed the summer before her junior year. A national science competition, the Stellar Scholars Program, announced a $50,000 scholarship for a high schooler with an original astrophysics project. The winner would also present at a NASA conference in Washington, D.C. Elara's heart raced. This was her chance to escape Willow Creek, attend a top university, and honor her mother's love for the stars. But the deadline was 3 months away, and her resources were limited: a rickety telescope, a second-hand laptop, and her mother's journal. Her project idea was ambitious: to study a nearby star, Alpha Centauri, and predict its potential for hosting habitable planets using data from public observatories. She spent nights in her backyard, telescope pointed skyward, logging observations. By day, she pored over online datasets, teaching herself orbital mechanics and spectroscopy. Sleep became a luxury. Her hands shook from coffee and determination. Her father worried, noticing the dark circles under her eyes. "You're pushing too hard, Elle," he said. "I just want you to have a chance," she replied, her voice fierce. The town's skepticism grew louder. At a school assembly, when Mr. Hargrove mentioned Elara's project, a jock named Kyle sneered, "What's space case gonna do, talk to aliens?" Laughter rippled through the crowd. Elara's cheeks burned, but she clutched her notebook tighter, sketching a new constellation she'd named Fortitude. Mr. Hargrove pulled her aside later. "Stars don't shine because people clap for them," he said. "They shine because it's what they do. Keep going." 2 weeks before the deadline, disaster struck. A storm damaged Elara's telescope, and her laptop crashed, wiping half her data. She sat in her room, staring at the broken equipment, tears falling. Her father found her there, holding her mother's journal. "Your mom never gave up," he said, handing her a savings envelope. $300, meant for car repairs. "Fix what you can. You're my star." Elara hugged him, resolve reigniting. She repaired the laptop with help from a tech-savvy classmate, Mia, who'd overheard Elara's struggles and offered to help. Mia, a coder, recovered the data and streamlined Elara's calculations. "You're not alone in this," Mia said, becoming her first real friend. Elara borrowed a telescope from Mr. Hargrove and worked feverishly, sleeping in snatches. Her project, a 20-page analysis titled Alpha Centauri, a beacon for habitability, was submitted at midnight on the deadline. Months passed with no word. Elara threw herself into school, trying not to hope too much. Kyle's taunts continued, but Mia's friendship and her father's quiet pride kept her grounded. One spring morning, a letter arrived. Elara's hands trembled as she opened it. She was a finalist, one of 5 invited to present at NASA. The news spread through Willow Creek, silencing skeptics. Even Kyle mumbled, "Not bad, space case." The NASA conference was overwhelming. Elara, in a thrift store blazer, stood among polished city kids with private tutors and high-tech displays. Her presentation was simple: a poster, her laptop, and her passion. She spoke of Alpha Centauri's potential, weaving in her mother's journal entries about the beauty of discovery. The judges, a panel of NASA scientists, listened intently. One asked, "Why this star?" Elara smiled. "It's the closest, but it feels like home. It's where I look when I need to believe in something bigger." Backstage, she met Dr. Lena Carter, a black astrophysicist whose work Elara admired. "You've got fire," Dr. Carter said. "Don't let anyone dim it." Elara nodded, her heart soaring. That night, at the gala, she was announced as the winner. The scholarship was hers, along with an internship offer from Dr. Carter's team. Elara's eyes filled with tears as she called her father, who whooped so loudly the audience laughed. Returning to Willow Creek, Elara was no longer invisible. The town threw a small parade, and Kyle sheepishly apologized. Elara forgave him, her focus elsewhere on college, NASA, and the stars. She and Mia planned a stargazing club, inspiring younger kids. At night, Elara stood in her backyard, telescope fixed on Alpha Centauri. She whispered to her mother's memory, "We did it." Years later, Dr. Elara Voss stood before a new telescope array, leading a team searching for exoplanets. Her name graced scientific journals, but she remained the girl who dreamed under Willow Creek's skies. Her light, like the stars she studied, shone not for fame but because it was who she was, a shining star, undimmed by doubt, forever reaching for the cosmos.